So I also had something else I wanted to talk about also today. I mean, this will be the third. Sorry, getting all close. Hello. Like I said, I want to laugh more too in life. Like I've been in a real dark space up to I've been in some dark places in my life here as recent, and it's like, man, is the light shining now, and I just want to keep that light, that light on. Let's just put it that way, and I want to share it. So, I just got done. I made a video earlier. I came home. I made another video about anger, where that comes from, I feel. And now I wanted to also, honor my partner, right? Like I don't know exactly how deep or how much I want to include my family in. Like, I don't know where I want to go with all of this yet, but I want to share about something that just transpired. And we were having a deep conversation this morning, and we'll talk for hours at times, and I was telling her some things about how excited I wanted to go out and about and go do a walk and talk on my phone and, do a video for my channel and stuff that I want to do. And I'm in the early stages of all of this. So I really I want to put more time into this and work on this. And there's a lot that comes with it. So, and she looked at me funny, and, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I was like, I just noticed she looked at me funny. And I was like, And I even said to him, like, is everything okay or whatever? And she says, whatever. Yeah. And we moved on or whatever. And I brought up some other topics and some other stuff, and we talked, and it was really good stuff. Actually, I should actually share a little bit on what I was talking about, because we live in a world full of distractions. So what I actually was talking to her about was, she had brought up that she used to sit on her parents' porch and in the morning and watch the sunrise and stuff. And I was like, well, that's super cool. That would be a great way to be distraction free in the morning and like really sit with yourself and really feel, whatever you want to call it, whatever your connection to a higher thing is. I think we all need one. But I'm not going to define that for you. That's not my job. That's yours. You can call it God. And I'll say this a lot throughout my videos, because I want people to hear, like, don't get caught up on that, man. Call it whatever you need to call it. It's a higher version of yourself. We'll just leave it at that. And you could sit, and she was explaining to me, I want to sit on the porch and, watch the sunrise. And I was like, that'd be a great way to be distraction free. And I said, what we could do for each other even. I said, we could sit there even and as thoughts come up, this is another thing. I did clarify this. I said, if you don't want to share it, you don't have to share it. I mean, if it's something that, you're maybe not ready to be shared or ready to come up, that's totally fine too. But we could share with each other whenever we had a thought come up, like, oh, I really feel like going to check my phone right now. Or I really feel like, I don't want to sit here anymore. Or, like that kind of ego coming in, or that lesser kind of self coming in and saying, let's move from here. I don't really want to sit here distraction free anymore, because, if you start to get into this higher mode, then that might compete with me, the small ego, the little child inside of you. So I shared that with her, and we were talking about it all, and then she left, and I went and did some stuff, and she sends me a message, and she comes clean, and she comes out and says, like, yeah, I was having some thoughts about some old stuff that happened in our relationship, and I felt triggered, and I felt really insecure and stuff about this stuff. And I was like, I was so excited to hear this message from her. Like, I was like, this is awesome. Like, I'm excited, because if we don't get that stuff out of us, this is just a general message now. This is just an example of what's happening in my life, but this is like a general message that I want to get out to people as well. Like, if we don't get that garbage out of us, if we don't talk about this stuff, if we don't let it out, if it's because it's in there and it's all dark and it'll fester and all that stuff, but you let it out, you give it some light, you give it some air, you give it some oxygen, whatever you want to say, it'll kill things. It'll kill our relationship. It'll really just keep you stagnant. You won't grow with that stuff in you. So I was just really excited she shared it with me. I'm really excited that we can work on it together. I'm really excited to share how I've struggled with the same kind of things. I think we all can say we've been there and struggled with this stuff. So that was just another powerful thing that I wanted to share today.